Hey guys.
Hey guys,
Hey guys. So I'm back.
look who's back.
Sorry I missed the last episode, and we're doing this a little bit differently because we're all separate because I am still away, but we wanted to find a way that we could all be here together again. And the reason that I have been away was I was at our friend's wedding in Ontario, and then I was supposed to fly home on the 16th, so like last week, and my flight anxiety, as we talked about in a previous episode, got so bad that I couldn't get on a plane. So I took a train all the way from Toronto to Vancouver. I slept in a chair for 3 goddamn days.
I know that's crazy. I did not know that they can even sell train tickets with
Yeah,
no beds for three
Neither did
days.
I. I know. I bought the ticket and I got like economy plus or whatever because I was like, oh, like maybe that'll be like a little bit better. Like
Yeah.
maybe, you know what I mean? Whatever. And it was like refundable in case I like changed my mind, whatever, whatever. And then there's no info on the website. Okay. So I'm like on a Reddit form and I'm like, oh, like
I
I'm
love
just
Reddit
trying.
for that.
It gives you everything you need to know
No,
all the
it's like
time.
it's the real stuff. Like,
It is.
mhm.
And so I'm like on Reddit and I'm like, what is
Help.
the deal with
Yeah.
this? Like, how do I figure this out? And yeah, it was like economy class, no food, no bed, no shower.
Perfect.
So I was a dirty, dirty ass bitch
I feel like no
There
for
you
shower
like
is
three
go.
no
days.
crook. I won't be going on that.
I
Yeah.
know. And it was still, even then, like maybe
Honestly,
because it
at
was
that
more or
point, I
less
think I
in
would
it.
have rather died in the plane.
I know. I just was like, oh, okay, this is crazy. But what I did to try and make myself feel a little bit better is like I had obviously all my skincare and like all my stuff, and I
Yeah.
bought like wipes and like body wipes and like down there wipes. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
was just like, I was having just like a poor man shower
Hmm.
every day
Yeah,
and like washing my face in the morning and at night. So I was like, I'm trying to feel as clean as possible and like changing my clothes
yeah.
Yeah.
every day, so you're not just like
Sitting in your own
gross.
BO or whatever.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Hmm.
washing the face honestly is more important to me than the shower.
Yeah.
Sure, if I
Yeah.
unfortunately smell like BO for 3 days, whatever. But like, it's the
Hmm.
skincare that I'm like, as long as I can do my skincare,
Yeah.
that's most important. So at least you had
Yeah.
that. Like, thank
And
you.
it
Yeah.
realistically is only 3 days. I think the people that go camping,
I was
like,
just gonna say,
I
people who
mean, I've
keep,
been in my own
Totally.
home and I've definitely gone 3 days without showering.
yeah, like
Yeah.
just
So it wasn't too bad. But
Maybe I
yeah,
shouldn't
it was
admit
a
that, but
journey. No, it gets like that sometimes.
exactly. I
It
mean,
does. It is what it is. It wasn't that bad. It was just like a long time. And my mom was like, "Are you gonna make friends?" And I was like, "No, I have
not.
literally my plan is to be like fully mute because my social battery was so dead after
yeah.
like spending time with our friends are like amazing, but there's so many people that I didn't know in at this wedding in Ontario. You know what I mean? So your social battery is always on like overdrive, right?
Absolutely.
So I was
Hmm.
like, I
Smiling,
am just gonna
extra
go
nice. Yeah.
Hmm.
silent mode
Mhm.
for 3 days. And yeah,
Also,
so
kind of
that's what
jealous.
happened. That's why I was gone.
So fair.
But
Yeah.
that's kind of it. But I'm back.
Yay. Love that
Yay.
for you.
Hmm.
Okay, I also wanted to give you guys a couple updates. So an update on my skincare and an update on like my IUD situation.
Okay.
So first things first, I'm going to talk about my IUD situation.
Okay.
And this is kind of coming out of left field, well, to you guys, but I got my IUD out today, this morning. Yeah. So
You did?
yeah. And so basically I had a follow-up appointment like last week it was. And
Okay.
so long story short, like I think I had kind of gone over this. Like I got my IUD and whatever, and I was like still bleeding and blah, blah, blah. So she gave me progesterone because she was like, you're really low on progesterone. And then
Yeah.
I was still bleeding. So she's like, I'm going to double your dose of the progesterone. So that was like the follow-up for that. And it had like been a while. And I was like, it's better, like it's definitely better, but it's almost like kind of like a reverse period. Like I feel like there's 1 week of the month that I'm fully solid, no bleeding. And then
Yeah.
like sometimes it's longer, but sometimes like it's kind of scattered and like all of a sudden I'm just like spotting and I'm like, what the heck? So it's like
Yeah.
3 weeks I'm potentially bleeding and 1 week I'm not, opposed to the 1 week you're supposed to be bleeding and the 3 weeks you're not.
Yeah, like that's not normal.
No.
No.
3
And
weeks
so
of
Yeah.
cleaning underwear? No, thank you. With this
I
budget?
know.
Like, no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's like I'm not made of money.
Yeah.
no. And so
Hello.
I went and saw her and she was like, honestly, I was gonna suggest something different, like if you came in here and was like it wasn't 100% perfect. And so she was like, we were kind of going back and forth on some things because I was like, hey, I think I clearly need to get this thing out because like this is my second IUD now and the same thing has happened both times and they were both different ones, like different hormonal ones. So I was like, I don't know what it is, but like clearly it's just not working. I've done it for
Yeah.
2 years now, like I'm over it. And then I was kind of like debating whether I wanted to go back on oral birth control or not because like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know how much I want to risk it for the biscuit kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like it's just so much hormones.
I know, but the thing is, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm giving myself like a month or two or whatever to like regulate. And so I'm stopping all of like the progesterone and just going to let myself have like a normal period. And then I am
Yeah.
going to try a new oral birth control, which is like a new one that's like the first plant-based estrogen one. And
Oh,
she said, yeah.
Interesting.
So she said that there's been a lot of people who've had really positive experiences on them, especially people who have not had good experiences on previous like oral birth controls.
yeah.
So I'm gonna give that a try, and then if I get like fat or depressed or ugly or whatever, I'm just gonna stop it.
I get that out of there immediately.
So I'm like, this is my last shot. I'm gonna give it a try, and then if I hate it, I hate it, and I'm just like accepting my fate that, yeah,
Pull
I'm not
pray,
gonna be on birth
baby.
control. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I know. And so I was really nervous to get it out because I like obviously getting it in was like literally the worst experience of my entire
Yeah.
life. But I had gotten my other one out and that was like super easy. But they thought that originally it could have been misplaced and that's why it wasn't working.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, well, I'm scared that that one came out so easily because it wasn't really like placed properly, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, like it honestly like really actually didn't hurt. It just felt like a little bit weird. Like I would say I almost just felt nauseous after because I was just like it just is I don't know. I just don't think
Thought of
anything
it
is supposed
being
to
too much.
touch your cervix, you know,
Yeah.
normally. So it's
Yeah.
just like it's almost like tickling the back of your throat, like in a weird way. It's like
Oh, yeah.
you know
No.
what I mean? Like not actually, but like when you and then I just was thinking about the feeling and I was just getting
Mhm.
queasy, but like
Yeah.
overall it was fine.
Yeah.
That's like
Um,
a perfect description of actually like that. Like nothing is supposed to really touch back there. And
Yeah.
like that's the same. That's a really good analogy. I like
yeah.
that.
So it's just like when it is, yeah, I don't know. Like overall, like it was literally totally fine. I got my mom to drive me because I was like, I'm kind of scared that I won't be able to drive after because
Yeah.
there was like, I could not drive after I got it inserted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I was honestly fine, like comparatively.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well,
no
That's kind of
stress.
I mean, like obviously it's annoying to like not have it and it be like not working and that kind of stuff, but it's kind of exciting to just be like a little bit free from like the
Totally.
constraints of like a birth control for a little while.
Yeah.
But have you guys heard about the new one that came out for men?
Well,
Yes.
you told
Okay.
us about it. Yeah.
Okay, so for people who are listening to this, there's this new male birth control, and it's called Atom, and it's like a hydro gel that they inject into the vas deferens, right? I'm pretty sure, Monts.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure.
I think
And
that's the one. Yeah.
and basically, it blocks the sperm and the semen from like mixing, and it's like non-hormonal, no side effects, no downtime, and it dissolves after 2 years.
I also
like-
don't like how can they quickly create I mean obviously not quickly, but how can they create something like of course the thing they create for men has no side effects.
No, I know.
And I mean
Of course.
like to
why
be fair,
would
I'm sure
you
there
do
are
this
some.
stuff?
Yeah. Like what? And like no hormones, like you guys have
Yeah.
it easy.
Yeah.
It truly, like, if that, like, I mean, I saw this kind of come out like randomly a couple years ago and it like popped up on a Facebook video or something like that where they were like in the works of this
Yeah.
thing, like this Atom thing or whatever. And I was just like, this is, so it has been like happening for a while, like they've been trying to figure it out for a while. But I'm like, if this is like actually completely solid, which it is in like FDA trust like testing and whatever clinical trials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it seems like it was like 99% accurate or something like that. But like if this is like out on the market, easy access, all of the things that it says it is, females should not go on birth control anymore.
No.
Absolutely not.
Mic drop.
Absolutely.
Mm-mm.
Well, now
Mic drop.
not our responsibility because
No.
previously the onus was on us. Like
Yeah.
our tubes are a problem, but it's like, but you fix that with pumping us with more drugs. So now it's like, if there actually is an option that's like no hormones, no bleeding for 3 months, like you have months, it's like now it fully should be on them because there's zero
Yeah.
side
Yeah.
effects.
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I am actually going to look into that, and thank you for reminding me, Molls.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I need to look into that actually.
Yeah.
So
Because that could be an option.
I
no,
feel like
like actually, and
I've mentioned it to him or whatever, but it was
Mhm.
Yeah.
more of like, well, what are the results? Like, it hasn't been out that long. Like, what are the side effects? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, have you seen like the massive long pages of side effects that we have? But yeah, we still have to do it. So it's like,
yeah,
Yeah. And you don't even think twice. We're like, oh, we just have to, oh, we're going to start birth control again. They're like, okay, great.
yeah.
And
yeah,
it's like side effects, death, depression, weight gain, nausea, diarrhea, like heartburn, indigestion, heart
Blood
attacks,
clots.
like, yeah, blood
Literally,
clots. Like, it's like,
yeah.
oh, well, happily just going to take my little pill at 10 o'clock at night every day. Like,
Mhm. Well, and that's the thing. It's not like that's even 100% anyways. So it's like even if the guy's
yeah,
thing isn't 100%, it's like, well, better than nothing.
yeah.
But yeah, and honestly, like even if like it's about time men are held responsible.
Seriously.
Seriously.
Seriously. Like,
Right.
how is it
2025?
2025 and we're just coming out with this now?
I know. It's so
My
stupid.
God. My God.
Okay, and just very, very quickly, I wanted to update on my skincare because you guys know how I was like
yeah.
talking about how I spent all that friggin' money on the Zoe Skin Health.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say 100% that it was bad, but I'm gonna say 99% sure it was bad. Like I was breaking out so badly. Like you guys saw how bad I was breaking out. And like it was not getting better. Like literally was continuously not getting better. And I'm like, this like I don't think it was really like I understand there may be some sort of like a purge stage or whatever, but I was
Yeah.
like, this is too
Mhm.
far gone. Anyways,
Uh-huh.
and so I was like, also, but because I was taking the progesterone, I was like, I don't want to put 100% blame on the
Right.
skincare if it's like also my hormones, but I've continued the same hormones. And anyways, I ended up because some of my shit was
Running out.
running out, and I was like, I can't justify spending this money again when I have literally not seen a single
Absolutely
result.
not. Absolutely
Like
Yeah. No.
if it was like going in the trajectory of like getting better, I'd be like, okay, I'm seeing the progress, like I'm gonna continue.
Yeah.
But I literally like did not see anything. And I ended up buying Paula's Choice, there's face wash, and I just went back to my OG, like the
Mm-hmm.
Paula's Choice toner,
Yep.
Yeah.
and just
With
kept it.
AHA and BHA.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that
And
shit rocks.
literally within like 3 days, like my skin has gotten so much better. Like there's still some stuff, but like
Yeah. No, your skin looks flawless right
Yeah,
now,
I
from
was
what I
just
can
about to
see.
say, I'm like,
thank you. I mean, like to be fair, this
Mhm.
camera is like horrible quality. So like, and there's definitely like,
blur. I'm like, oh my gosh, my
yeah,
gone. What's going on?
the scarring and stuff. But anyways, I'm here to say like maybe really check if it's gonna work for you before you
Yeah.
spend the
Yeah.
$500 because
Well, and that's what they always say. Like, oh, there's so many
Mm-hmm.
like TikToks and like not to whatever go on TikTok again, but let's be real, lots of us are getting these things off TikTok, and it's like all these doctors are saying like sometimes like back to like the basic stuff is what works.
yeah,
Like you don't want to like go crazy and ruin your skin barrier and like crazy products and like crazy ingredients. Like just simple is best. Like why do you
mhm,
think
Yeah.
men have such good skin? It's because they don't touch it. Like we're the ones like
Yeah.
sweating and adding
literally.
7 different kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely, I honestly think like less is more. Like my skin, you guys know, I've been dealing with it for like, oh my God, like 14 years now. And
Yeah.
the best it's ever been. And it is because I am at just the simplest, like a cleanser,
Mhm.
my serum in the morning, moisturizer, sunscreen when I feel
Yeah.
probably not. And then at night,
Yeah.
it's like carb 1-1. It's just 3 and 3. Like there's no more of all
Yeah.
like stripping and like really like back to the basics is what's best.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Em and I were literally just talking about that because we were just talking about skincare. And I was like, no, like I have stripped back everything because like what you're saying, Brooke, like I've gone through the Bible of skincare. Like I've done it all, you know what I mean? And I'm like, now that I just have my thing, I'm like, you know what? I'm good. Would I like for my blackheads and like things like that? And like, would I like for my skin to be like perfect Korean glass skin?
absolutely.
Yes. Yes, I would.
That's not happening
But
right now.
I can't fit it in the cards or in the budget.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
We're just here, and that's fine.
Actually,
I know.
okay,
I see. Oh,
on this
what?
note, wait, one pause. Sorry, Monts.
Yeah.
You guys, I tried because I don't do any masks. I don't do any because I'm so scared about like ruining my skin. But I tried the Korean skincare
The
collagen
biodance.
mask.
The biodance.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
try. The first time I did it, I woke up and I kind of had like these little red dot. Like it wasn't texture, but it was like you're like rashy almost just in
Yeah.
this section, which this is my most like section. But that being said, I did it during the day and I took the mask off and then I put sunscreen over top. Like, so I'm gonna try
Yeah.
again. Actually, tonight I was thinking I'm gonna do it tonight and like sleep in it and then like wash my face
Mhm.
normal in the morning, like da da da.
Sleeping in it is key.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
I will say
Mhm.
when I took it off, it was like glass, like, and my skin was
Mhm.
so
Oh, yeah.
soft. So I highly
Mhm.
recommend, ladies, and I got it on Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Listening.
Well, Monts and I got them at Richmond Center.
Oh, I
Mhm.
didn't.
They have a Korean beauty store there.
I'm like, check
Yeah.
this out.
Nope.
I was like, yeah, we've been using it.
No, they're so good. I love
Actually,
I
them.
know,
and
but they are
if
kind of
you
expensive.
do love them.
They are kind of
Costco has
expensive.
them though. A 24 pack. I bought them because I can return them if I don't like my Amazon pack that I'm on. It's a 24 pack. So this is what I justified it. The Amazon ones were $30 for 4 masks. Costco right now, the downtown one at least, 24 pack, and it's $80. So instead of, and then I did the math. So instead of almost $7, the Amazon ones are $7 per mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Costco ones are like $3.50 per mask. So if you guys
Dude.
love it, it's worth paying $80 to get like quadrupled.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And oh my gosh, okay, I'm glad that they actually have them there because I had
Yeah.
saw someone's post about how they were there, and then I went to the Costco, I think just the Surrey one, and they didn't have them. I was so pissed.
Oh.
The downtown one.
Yeah.
If you guys want it, like, anyways, we'll take this offline. But you
Yeah.
just message.
Yeah. We
Um,
can divulge on this later.
Originally cut you off, Monts. So you're back.
oh, it's
No,
okay.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for you, Monts. I feel like I mean, the thing is too, as with the Zoskin stuff, I feel like so much of it is, for me, what I've experienced is a sales pitch. You know what I mean? Where they're just like really trying to get you to buy it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you're like, help! I'm getting sucked in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I get sucked in, but that's
No.
the thing. I'm like, I think there are some parts of it that are just like trying to get a sale, and then there are some parts that are really good, but I just don't
Yeah.
know which ones those are. And I was just trying
Mhm.
to take my skin to like the next level. I was like, okay, I have a
Totally.
good base, whatever, but I need to like I want that glass skin. Like
Yeah.
I want like to start like really focusing on like anti-aging and stuff, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. But that will have to wait because we're just going back to the basics.
Yep. And that's okay.
Yeah. So you win some, you lose some. I definitely lost that one, but I'm here to tell you guys, don't do it. You know, like I don't want to say 100%, but I'm just saying for the
Yeah,
most
maybe
part.
some people love it, and or they have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And if
So
it
if
works for
if
them, great. But it's like just because something has a higher price tag does not mean that it's necessarily better. Like I think
Mm-mm.
that's the lesson. You don't need to
Yeah.
spend
Yeah.
$500 and like it's not an automatic guarantee you're gonna have glass Korean baby face skin. Like you could literally spend $12 on a concealer,
Totally.
Concealer, and you have perfect skin. Like
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely agree.
well, that's very
Agreed.
exciting.
Completely agree.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, those are
Your
some good
skin's
updates.
back. Yeah.
I know.
And I'm
Yeah,
very
we'll see
curious
how
to hear
that
about this
goes.
plant-based birth control.
I know.
Yeah, I know. I also went on Reddit to go look, and like, don't get me wrong, there's some people that are like, this is awful, but I don't think there's a birth control in the entire world that is 100% good
No.
Yeah.
results. Like, you are kind of doing it, accepting that there are going to be some negatives, unfortunately.
Of course.
Like I don't know anyone who's like, oh my God, I went on birth control and like my life changed for like the better. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe with, like, you know, so
Imagine
but-
that.
yeah, but people were saying like it was really good. So I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
We will see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. Moving along, shall we?
Okay. So we wanted to get into some hot takes with the dudes. Like hills that we will die on. Specifically, these ones I had wrote down, and we're each going to do one for like each week, maybe somewhere down the line kind of thing.
Mhm.
But we just have some hot takes. And so I'm going to start off with this one. And
Mhm.
it's tipping culture on stupid shit. So like when you go to the liquor store and you pick out your own liquor and they ask you to give a 20% tip.
Mm-hmm.
For what? I did the walking. Got cold in the cooler.
I'm walking out of the liquor store with all the bottles in my arms, not you.
Yeah.
You're not taking them out to my car for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And I feel like
chill.
along the lines with that Molls too of like, I'm sorry, but Starbucks. Why
No,
has for 20 years of Starbucks never tipped? Like that was never a thing. And now all of a sudden, just because there's this crazy tipping culture, it's like I'm expected to tip. Like you guys are making $25 an hour. Like why am I
yeah, like
need
relax.
to do a job that, and like that's gonna sound negative for people listening, la la la, but it's like this is already your job. Like you're not doing anything that I can't do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah.
the thing is like Starbucks, their thing was, oh, we don't accept tips because we pay our people a livable wage. And
Yeah.
then now they're just like, oh, well, we'll just throw it on top of it. So whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing is like, obviously, like we are all from the service industry.
all-
So like
Yeah.
we understand tipping for a service and like a service or restaurants and blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, it's like, I find that the tipping culture is getting so crazy when you're not tipping out because people forget that like you tip so highly at a restaurant because you're tipping out X amount of money
Yeah.
of that, you
Yeah.
know? So like, let's say the standard is like 7%. So you tip somebody 20%, they have to tip out 7% of that. So they're only actually keeping the 13%. So when
Yeah.
you're going to tip somewhere and they don't have to tip out, like I feel like that should be adjusted accordingly. So it's like,
Yep.
like 10% is a decent tip because they're not tipping out half
Yeah.
of what they're
Yep.
getting, you know?
Yep.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like you're gonna tip
No.
like, you know, your hairdresser or your nail lady, like those kind of services. But it's like, would I tip my
Yeah.
dentist? No.
Like for me too, I provide a service.
Literally.
That
Yeah,
sounds so
that's
dirty.
crazy. Yeah.
But I provide a service. Like I tattoo people, and like I'm not expecting if I ring up somebody for like $600 for them to be like 20% tip. That's diabolical.
Yeah,
Okay?
like, that's a lot of
we are
money.
not made of money. I'm not half the time. I'm not even expecting a tip because I don't have to tip out. Yes, I pay rent,
Mm-hmm.
but like that's on my own accord. You know, like I run a business. That's just
And
what
it's
it
like
is.
factored into your hours and
Yeah,
stuff. Like,
Exactly. Like somebody comes in and gives me a cookie and that's my tip. I'm happy. You know, like it just, I don't know. It's just gotten so mental that I'm like, I can't deal with this
yeah, I'm
anymore.
not even
Totally
allowed
agree.
to accept tips. Like, I mean, obviously,
You should be allowed
Yeah,
to
you
accept
should.
tips.
I know, but agreed, Moles,
Mhm.
that tipping culture is quite cray.
Yeah. Okay. Next one, different note. People that constantly cycle through friends are a red flag.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would say that's like, I will say I think it's definitely situational because, you know, like what if
Yes.
someone like is moving a bunch or yada yada, but like somebody who doesn't have long-standing friends, and also it could, you know, like they maybe weren't actually like compatible with their original friends and whatever. But like
Yes.
it's like the cycling through different groups of friends because it's like they just want that nice new fun toy for a little bit, and as soon as they're served their purpose or they're done, they're just like, okay, bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Or that's one end, or they're just like they haven't figured themselves out as a human, or like they're just not a nice person and they just are best friends with someone for like 20 seconds. And then the person realizes, like, oh, you don't have long-term friends because you're kind of a dick. You know what I mean? And then it's just like, yeah, it's a red flag. Like I've known people like that where you're just like, is your longest friend like 5 minutes?
Mhm.
Well, it's just
Like
a
what?
red flag because it's like if you can't keep a friend, that means that like other people are noticing this personality or this character trait or whatever that it is that like clearly it's like it's a you problem. Like, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
So yeah, it's a
totally.
massive red flag. Yep.
Yeah, it's a
Agreed.
tough one. Okay, so next one, day drinking is elite.
Oh. Mm,
I did it yesterday. I'm hungover today a little bit, but not as bad as I would be if I drank last night.
Yeah.
I did drink last
Absolutely.
night. I drank all day and last night. So I'm just riding this wave. But day drinking specifically, you're in bed by 10 p.m.
You sleep the hangover
That's not
off.
bad.
Like you don't
Yeah.
get hungover. You literally get to drink during like the daylight. I don't know. Something about it kind of feels like naughty, like ooh, like
Yeah.
taboo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Makes it more
Illegal.
fun. You literally
You're like, it's a
sleep the hangover-
Wednesday. What am I doing?
I love it. I would
I love it too.
pick day drinking over night drinking any time. If there is an
Yeah.
option to day drink versus night drink, I'm picking day drinking.
I totally agree. Okay, next one. We or the waste. Oh no. Sorry, back up. We need more education on how to take care of a baby after you take it home from the hospital. They just hand you the thing and expect you to just understand that this is a life and you now know how to take care of it.
It is a bit crazy. I will say, like, there are resources available if you're looking in the right spot.
Yeah.
And I think they just kind of focus on like, here's A, B, and C on how to like not kill your kid, and then like
Yeah.
just let you do whatever else you need to do, because like they can't tell you how to parent your kid.
No, it is so true, but it just is so scary. I think that's more my thing, where it's just like you can have a kid and then it's all of a sudden like, okay, bye-bye. It's been 2 days. Your entire body and your insides have just like ripped out of you and like you can't walk yet, but like get up, walk, pick up the baby, go home. And you're like, ah, ah.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I will definitely be in like all of like the prenatal courses, like, you know, like the mommy
Oh
and
yeah.
me's, like
Oh, yeah.
before, like I'm gonna need all
I
of
will
that.
take all the help I
Yeah.
can get.
Yeah.
Yep. Totally. Okay, next one. Okay. People who make being older than you a reason that they're better than you.
Mm,
Annoying and we can't be friends.
mm-hmm.
I will
We can't.
say I haven't really experienced that so much. Like if I'm just thinking, I'm like, I don't really think anyone's ever been like, well, I know better than you. But I mean, there probably has. I just can't really remember. But regardless, if that was to happen to me, that would be annoying and I would not like it.
Yeah. Like, how old are you again? Oh, you wouldn't understand till you're this age.
Yeah. No, that would piss me off.
Unless you're like an actual, like you're a person who's like an actual like older figure in my life or something like that, like a
Gray hair,
parent,
like-
grandparent, that kind of thing. Yeah. If you are 2 goddamn
Yeah.
years older than me and you are going to come up to me and say that you will not understand this until you're my age,
Mhm.
I will like actually clock you. Not
Yeah.
actually, because I wouldn't do that. But like I look at people like that and I'm like, you have no awareness of what you're
Yeah.
saying. Like your brain is so wrong. I hate it.
Yeah.
No, I
would be
completely
annoying.
understand.
Hate it.
And I feel like it takes like a certain person to do that, but it also is so dependent on like life experiences. It's like, again, there's obviously going to be a difference between like 20 years old and like say 60, 70 years old.
Yeah.
That's just like
Yeah.
a given. And that's, you know, respect your elders, whatever.
Of course.
But yeah, like say even like a 25-year-old to a 35-year-old,
I'm
like,
gonna say I'm like late 20s, early 30s. Like we're all the same people. We're all the same.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like just even like the 25-year-old could have gone through way more than like the 35-year-old, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know some 35-year-olds who are like 14 in the brain.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to pull this shit?
Yeah. No, 100%.
Settle down. Settle down. Yeah, I hate that. Okay. Oh, having insecurities and being insecure are 2 different things.
Preach.
Yeah.
T.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
T.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can be insecure and you can have insecurities because we all do.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just yourself, you're not confident in your human, like you don't you know what I mean? Like you're just insecure and like you take people down with you, like you're negative towards yourself. That's like detrimental to like your friendships and your relationships. And like, you're just like soul sucking. Do you know what I mean?
No, I totally do, because there is such a big difference. And I feel like that literally encapsulates me so well, because it's like I am a very confident person and I'm not insecure in who I am. But yes, I'm insecure about like I have insecurities. Like I
Yes,
can
of
still
course.
be confident in myself and hate the way I look. You know, like
Literally.
those are 2 different things. And
Yeah.
yeah, no, I completely agree.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also agreed that like the people who are actually like insecure to their core, like those are very hard people to get along with.
Yeah, because they just end up being like so negative
Mhm.
that it's like, and they try to take you down. Like they put their insecurities onto you
Mhm.
and then start making you feel like shit and you second guessing your confidence. And like, it's just like, they're like taking you down with them. It's, yeah, not cute.
Yeah. Agreed.
Not cute. Okay. Oh, kind of along this. Being confident isn't always being being confident isn't always being the loudest, most outgoing person in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could be like, I don't know. I feel like a
I mean,
lot
I
of
don't
the
know if
times,
that's like a hot take, but yeah.
yeah, I guess, yeah, not a hot take, but like a
It's
hill that I'll die on.
a lukewarm take, maybe.
Yeah, lukewarm.
Yeah.
But I just feel like people see those people like out at a bar and they're like,
Yeah.
like the craziest one. And it's like, they've got, you know what I mean? Like they're like
The
the
life of
most
the party.
confident, outgoing, life
You
of the
know what?
party.
I would say an actual hot take to that is sometimes those people are actually the most insecure.
Well, I was just gonna say, it's for
Yeah.
most people, the life of the
Take it
party
away.
type people are literally the ones that are actually like the most insecure or the most not confident, and they're like
Mhm.
Hmm.
facade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always, obviously, not always everybody, sorry. But like
Yeah.
there are quite a few, you know, and there's also like that quiet confident type that like they don't feel like they
Mhm.
need to do X, Y, and Z and be the life of the party and be the whatever, and it's like they just know what they got going on and they're confident in their quietness that they
Yeah.
don't need to say everything, and you know
They
Yeah.
just know they're that girl.
They know they're that
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. That's a good one. That's a good hot take. That's a good, yeah, addition to the hot take, because the hot take wasn't that hot. You're right.
Lukewarm.
Lukewarm take. Okay. People can have different opinions and still be friends. Clearly, we need to just recognize that I'm not talking about crazy shit like I agree with murder and I don't agree with murder. Like, obviously, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like,
Everybody relax.
y-
Obviously, it's not that serious.
it's
Yeah.
not that serious. But like, you can have different political views, you can have different world views, you can have different, well, like most of the time when you're friends with people, your morals are quite in line and that kind of
Mhm.
thing. But like you can believe different things. You can believe like different religious beliefs and things like that. And you should still be allowed to be pals and not hate people because they think something different than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Totally
I
agree.
think it obviously depends on like what it is. And also it depends on like the per person, like how
Yeah.
much that matters to you. You know, if you have that opinion, then it's like you just need to decide whether you want to be around people that share that or not. I mean, like, I don't think I really have like I mean, actually, I will say I think like I do have a good example because like, you know, for instance, like drugs, like like liking like cocaine and like those hard drugs, like that
Yeah.
is an opinion that I have. And sure, I can have like acquaintances that do that, but like I don't think I would have a best friend who is like, let's just go snort some
Yeah, just
lines
like
on it. Yeah, like, and that's me recognizing that. And so I would just not seek friends like that. But like, duh, you know what I mean?
yeah. But that's again on those kind of things of like the moral alignment, where
Mhm.
like that's just like a different moral vibe, you know? Like you
Yeah.
align yourself when you're friends with people who are like similar in morals to
Yeah.
yourself.
And like kind of priorities a little bit too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some people
100%.
who prioritize like the party lifestyle, and then there's people who prioritize like, I don't know, the grandma
Getting a
lifestyle,
job.
which we're all doing.
Getting a job. So true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree, Monts. Like situational, but for the most part, like
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, there's like some things that you're like, if you're like steadfast on this and it's like your life.
I know it's so hard because like everything we say, it's like you cannot put a blanket over everything regardless of
No.
anything. You know what I mean? Like we're talking in general, but like there's never going to be a situation where it's 100% black and white.
no.
Yeah. No. Never. Switch up. Dairy Queen is overpriced.
While I agree, I will still be supporting.
I will be too, but like you shouldn't have to spend $20 to get an ice cream that's been blended in a cup with a couple cookies in it. Like
No, it's ridiculous. I'm actually like really craving it right now, and I honestly really every time we talk about Dairy Queen, I'm just like I can't get over it. But
Yeah.
no, like especially like Ubering it, like that should be illegal. They shouldn't even be on Uber because the price is like $50
Yeah.
for a Blizzard.
Yeah.
and it comes in its soup.
And it's
It's
soggy or whatever, melted.
And then
Ew.
they have the audacity to give us those stupid wood spoons. They make me nauseous. Like even the thought of like the texture of it coming out of my mouth right now, the dry wood. Oh my god, I can't.
Monts. That's the only cutlery that I had on the train.
Ew, Molls.
I'd be eating with my hands.
3 days. I was like,
Ew.
Oh yeah, no.
it was so bad. People who ask clever questions are amazing. Stop asking me stupid shit. I guess that's like it's not. They're like hot takes, not hot takes, because it's like it's just like a hill I'll die
Just-
on. Because
yeah,
I
just your
love
opinions.
Yeah, I love when you're meeting somebody or you know someone and you can actually have like conversations. They don't have to be like intellectual. Like it can be a stupid conversation that you're having about something stupid, but like when you ask like niche like clever questions about something, like if it's like a special interest that you have or that they have, and it's like you ask like a good question, not like, oh, what's your favorite color? You know,
Mhm.
like I like a good niche question.
Mhm.
Clever.
Or you know what? Also, like that question, who cares and why does it matter? Is like when you meet someone, you know, like if you're at the bar, like, or not the bar, but you know, like out and about downtown, like you guys,
Yeah.
whatever. And they're like, oh, like I'm Brooke, da da da, so and so. Like, oh, like what do you do for work? It's like, okay, let's be so real. You don't care, and I don't care to tell you. So it's like, why is
Yeah.
Mhm.
go to? Like, I don't know why that question, like, really, I'm just like, I'm about to roll my eyes in front of you. Like, do you actually?
Yeah.
No. Is this gonna change your opinion of me? Probably, but it's like, does it matter? No.
Yeah,
You know what I
no,
mean?
I totally agree with that. I
That's
think,
like I'm a
I
lawyer.
mean, the answer is, I would say probably because it's like a personal slash not personal question where it's like I'm trying to get to know you without like digging too deep. Like, you know, it's not like, oh, how's the weather, which is like an objective, like
Yeah.
external
Oh.
factor. Whereas like asking what you do for work is like still, it's like a personal question where it's not like too intrusive.
Yeah,
But
invasive.
with that being said,
Yeah.
I also hate the question.
I
And
think
then
I hate it.
I don't know. I think I just like I know you mean about like the weather. Like I feel like the how do you like the weather is like I associate that with like what do you do for work? Like that to me is at the same level of like that is
oh, they totally are.
in
Yeah.
mall talk and like who cares? Like literally who
Yeah.
Uh,
No.
Like,
Yeah.
am I
Totally.
gonna be asking you like more in depth of what you do? Like, no, because I really don't care. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's either we vibe or we don't vibe, period.
Yep.
Literally.
I don't know. That's
Totally
just my
agree.
opinion, but
I completely agree because my next point was small talk is repulsive. It
yeah.
makes me want to crawl in a hole. I hate it.
I mean, don't get me
Ugh.
wrong. Can I
There's a time and a
nap
place.
and chip chap if need be, whatever? Absolutely. I could
Yes.
the cows come home. Do I enjoy it? Absolutely not.
Mhm.
But there are
Mm-mm.
certain instances that like okay, am I gonna
It has to be done.
corner by myself or am I just gonna like talk about the weather? you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. No, there and but I think for me, specific situation small talk is like at a bar.
Oh, yeah.
First
Oh,
of
like
all,
when a guy's like hitting on you.
yeah, or like you're just talking to someone, or like you're in a friend group and you don't really know some people and
Oh.
they're like trying to get to know you, and like it's small talk in a bar and it's loud and you can't hear each other and you have to get like so close to each other to be
Okay.
just like, oh,
I'm gonna add to that point. Small
I
talk
hate it.
with a complete stranger, I don't mind. Small talk when you kind of know you know what you're
Yes.
saying when you're in a
on.
small group friend.
Yes.
Like say you're at a bar and I'm meeting a friend
Mhm.
that you know. So it's like we are supposed to kind of be as quote connected, but like we don't know each other.
Yeah.
That kind of small talk is what gets me. I'm like literally, I actually would prefer not to meet you. Like
Yeah,
we're fine.
Actually,
Like
no.
I agree.
but like a complete stranger, like I don't mind being like, oh my God, yeah, I like the weather. It's been crazy, hey? Like that I don't
Ooh.
mind, but it's the small talk when it's like kind of too forced.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And it's like
totally
we
agree.
kind
Yeah.
of like because we know the same person, we kind of have to be chit-chatting, but it's like we both know we
Yeah.
don't really want to be
It's
doing
like,
this right now. So like this is just even
yeah.
worse. Yeah.
No, that's why
Yeah.
I hate going to like social things when I don't really like
Ugh.
yeah.
You
Ugh,
guys,
like honestly,
weddings
my
when
worst
you
nightmare.
don't know when it's like your partner's friends' weddings and you go and you're just like, like
Me this weekend.
Yeah.
like, oh,
Me.
it's painful.
Not this past weekend, on Saturday. That's me.
Yeah. No, like I hate
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, freaking Pete. If the people who I'm going to this wedding watch this, it has nothing to do with you two. But I know no one really.
And that's
And Owen's the man. What are they called again? The man of honor,
Wait,
best man.
Best
Yeah,
man.
whatever it's called. He's that. And so
Yeah.
I'm like solo dolo.
No,
No,
totally.
I
Literally.
actually probably wouldn't go.
And that's the thing is like it's nothing against the people. Like the people are lovely.
No,
Like great
no, I'm so excited.
vibes. It's just like
Yeah,
it's the having to like force the social battery.
it's the table.
It's the table.
It's the table.
The table.
It's the table.
You're like,
it's the
let's
table.
talk about this dinner. No one cares. You're like, where's my
Or
sister?
especially
I know. I'm
no,
like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
like eyes popping out of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, next one. Girls can get a sense when meeting another girl if they are a girl's girl or not, like a gaydar.
Snaps.
Yeah.
Snaps.
It is immediate.
Mm-hmm.
I can sense it
Immediately.
right away.
Immediately.
Right away.
We
Yeah.
either
And it's
vibe
not a
or
judgment
we
thing.
don't.
Yeah. And it's not a judgment thing because some people you just like don't click with and you're just like, oh, like they're there and I'm here and that's totally fine. But like there is some strict indicators, vibes that you can pick up on, and it is immediate that you're like, I know you're not a girl's girl. I know that you're just
Immediately.
like,
It's immediately. And you know what? Just like
yeah,
to
like
to take that further, when you tell your significant other, your partner, your guy friend, whatever, that like, okay, she is not a girl's girl, and they're like, she's so nice, she's so, and I'm like, you
because you have a dick.
like they don't understand, and they think that you're being like kind of like a judgmental bitch, and it's like I'm
Yeah.
not. This is something you won't understand. Like, this is the reason. Does she have lots of friends? Probably not. Like, you know
No.
what I mean? It's or like those girls that
Are her friends the boys?
yes, and it's like, okay, again, that's a you problem. Like, it's just
Yeah,
so annoying
relax.
when the guys just assume automatically that you're being the judgmental one, and it's like, no,
Yeah.
you don't understand. It's girls get it. You don't understand, but just be on my side about it. Like, I'm telling you, it's right.
Okay, wait.
So
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've been using this lash serum and
you guys are frozen.
I think it's working.
But yeah, you can just scent it. You clock it. A guy will never understand because they'd be like, they're so nice to me. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, they're nice to you because they want to suck your dick.
Mhm.
Okay, this needs to relax over here. Okay. Next. This is the last one. Being super excited about something shouldn't be viewed at as annoying by people. Let people be excited. Like there's just some situations that I feel like I've witnessed where people are like, chill, like you're like too excited. And it's like, let someone live.
I totally agree, but I'm also like, I've never encountered that situation or didn't know that
I'm
was
glad that you
really a
haven't.
thing. But like, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I
Because like, that's
agree.
just rude. Like, you got to
It's
be
rude.
excited with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their win is your win. If they're your friends or
Yeah.
your partner or your
A
family
win is
or
a win.
whatever, like literally,
Yeah.
a win is a win, you guys.
Yeah.
We have low standards these days.
Just let people be excited.
No.
But it's like those people who like try to like dampen other people. You know what I mean? Like it's the insecure thing.
Yeah.
It's that. Like if somebody's in like such a good mood or like something along those lines where it's like someone's so happy about something and they're like, okay, like you're being like too much. Like, can you like relax? Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? It's like that insecurity of like, this person's just happy, excited, whatever. Like just let them kind of, if they're in a good mood, there is sometimes when it is like, okay, bro, chill. But that's a different also vibe. Like if the person's actually being a psychopath and it's like, hey, bro, chill. You know, like you're doing too much.
Mhm.
But if someone's just like genuinely happy about something, and sure, maybe they're getting a little weird, just let them just be.
Yeah. No, I
don't know.
agree.
No, fully agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't encountered it myself, but fully agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was all my hot takes / hills I'll die on.
I enjoyed that. Thank you.
Yeah, those were really good.
You're welcome. Can't wait for your guys.
Since this is like the first time that we're recording, can I go get my cats and show you guys?
Oh, yes.
Okay, one sec.
Yes. Go get the cats.
Everybody,
Aw, look at the babies.
she's not having fun.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, they're gone. Okay, that was them.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah.
Missy and Millie, everyone.
Yeah. I shoved them in the second bedroom because I knew they were going to be so annoying because like I was setting it up and Millie was biting at my freaking headphones. I was like, you got to go.
Bruh. Yeah.
We ain't doing that.
You gotta chill.
Okay.
Well.
Well, thank you guys for joining us for another week. Something a little bit different, you know, and we keep on throwing some curveballs every week.
Yep.
But I think next week we'll all be together.
We
to
will be all
record in
together.
studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am home. I am not away anymore. All is going to be well.
Perfect. Okay. Well, we will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.